At first glance, the U7N looks like a premium TV. It should cost you upwards of $1,000, but this 55-inch that I purchased costed me $799 before tax. And if you compare that to 2024 models available right now, it is by far the most capable TV within its price range, and no other TV found here looks this good. From the slim bezel to the center pedestal stand, it really does look the part. It also comes with a chrome backlit remote, something you won't even find on the most premium TVs. And it all just really screams premium. But does it perform like a premium TV model? Well, that's a bit more difficult to explain, so let's take a closer look. But before we dive in, I do want to make it clear that I purchased this TV myself for review, and this is only possible with the help and support of you guys, so whenever you decide to make your TV purchase, all I ask is that you consider clicking one of my affiliate links in the video description before making that purchase. Thank you all so much for your support. Okay, now let's talk about the U7N's picture quality and the overall capability of this TV. The U7N uses mini LED, something you usually have a hard time finding within this price bracket. And this will give you far better contrast and deeper blacks than edge-lit or direct-lit displays of competitors in the same price point. Now, one of the first things you'll notice when you power up this TV is the brightness. Even in eco mode, it was very bright. Switch it out of power saving mode and you get completely blasted with brightness. Hisense is claiming that this TV can reach up to 1500 nits. And let me tell you, it is very noticeable, especially when you're watching HDR content, the color is vibrant and the highlights pop. And best of all, I think there's a mode for everybody. I personally think that most people are going to want to keep dynamic tone mapping on for this TV, as it seems to usually result in a more impactful HDR experience. As far as processing goes, as usual with Hisense, there's a lot of great things to be said, but I also saw some visual oddities and motion hiccups. But with the picture quality you're getting, it didn't bother me a ton. However, if you're sensitive with motion, this is something you're going to want to look into a little bit more. Now, the TV is claiming to use AI picture features, but I couldn't tell you if it's actively on by default or if it's just tied to certain settings. And speaking of settings, there's a lot of settings on this TV. As you can see when I'm running through the picture submenus right here, you do have a lot of options available, so feel free to pause if you need to. So I already mentioned that it's bright, but it's not just about brightness here. The U7N I reviewed looks to have about 240 local dimming zones, and that's actually more than some of the competitors' premium mid-range offerings. So this means that you're getting really deep blacks that you won't see from other brands at this price point, as most competitors use direct lit or edge lit in this price bracket. As far as HDMI ports, you get 4. On top of that, for gamers, you'll be pleased to know that this TV supports 144Hz VRR gaming with 2 HDMI 2.1 ports. You also have the option to do 1080p 240Hz. On the topic of gaming, I had a really good experience from what I tested. The TV has a sleek game bar with features found on other premium TVs like the crosshair generator, dark detail to see in the shadows, and an FPS counter. But this FPS counter is pretty unique, as you can actually just pin it to the screen without needing to have the game bar open. I don't really see this with other TVs, so I think this is pretty awesome and I'd love to see other brands adopt this. As far as the actual gaming performance, there is a little bit of ghosting here and there, but it's not something that I haven't seen on other TVs. I think that overall, this is a pretty good TV considering what else you can get in this price bracket. It seems to be one of the best gaming TVs available in this price point. A few other things I want to mention is the TV has ATSC 3.0 support, and something you really don't find on a lot of TVs, Wi-Fi 6E is also found on this TV. So you can have a pretty stable connection overall. I mostly use Wi-Fi in my house, so this was a really pleasant experience overall. I didn't have any dropouts whatsoever while testing this TV. Now moving on to the smart features, Hisense has equipped the U7N in the US with Google TV. Now this could be completely different for other regions, as I have seen Hisense go with other interfaces for specific regions. It is really easy to navigate, and I do enjoy the home screen for the Google TV, which has a nice shortcut to my YouTube TV, which I use often. So this is a nice feature for me personally. In terms of audio, the U7N delivers with a 40-watt 2.1 audio system. One of the highlights of this system is going to be the built-in subwoofer, and it's very impressive for a TV. Overall, the TV provides clear sound and I didn't have a problem with dialogue. But still, you may want to consider using a dedicated sound system in a larger room. But for a bedroom or something similar, I thought that the sound was really good enough for a room of that size. What's interesting about the U7N is that it just feels like a complete upgrade from last year's U7K. In fact, if you look at the specs actually match up better with the Hisense U8K of last year than it does with the U7K of last year. So I think that's really impressive overall. Alright, so let's wrap this up. Should you purchase the Hisense U7N? I would say yeah, it's a great TV where it sits. If you can't quite get to an OLED TV, I think that the Hisense U7N is a fantastic TV. It offers a great value for its price, and it's got the brightness, the contrast, gaming features, and if you're a fan of Google TV, you have that as well. So comparing that to the other TVs in this price bracket, I think that if you're in the market for a new TV, this is definitely one to consider. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more reviews, comparisons, and settings. If you guys want to keep watching 2024 TV reviews, I think you'll like this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.